What's up, boys? Welcome. Today we got a really special video. I'm going to be going over exactly how I shred 30 pounds of fat while still gaining muscle to achieve an elite level physique using the 2.0 man method. And I did this all without starving myself or living in the gym, and it just took me 120 days. So now's a good time to get on a notepad, take notes, because there's a ton of value in this. I'm literally dropping the entire method for free. So before I implemented this protocol, guys, I had an insane amount of body fat. I put on so much fat in a really short amount of time, to be honest. And I felt like I had looked the exact same for months. I felt like my body was not changing. I didn't have any structure in my life. And because of that, I fell into my vices. I was smoking and drinking multiple times per week, as you can see in this photo right here. That is me right there, blacked out. And I was addicted to porn. I didn't have any real thing going for me in my life. And I just kept falling back into these vices because I had no structure. My face was bloated, as you can see up in the top. And I felt like I looked disgusting. I was not confident. I didn't feel happy with the way that I looked in any facet. And after I implemented this method, I smashed my plateau and developed the body I used to dream of. I was able to compete in bodybuilding because of this. I quit all of my vices and I began to live like a new person. I didn't have any addictions or limitations, and my face fat disappeared. I felt confidence like I had never had before. It was genuinely incredible after I implemented this method. So, who is this for? If you're looking to shred 15 to 40 pounds of fat while maintaining and building muscle, this is for you. If you're sick of feeling lost or tired in your fitness journey and you want an actionable plan that you can follow without question, this is for you. If you're tired of feeling like you've looked and been the exact same man forever and you need a system to change that, this is for you. And if you're done being that average looking dude and finally want to take back control of your life like I did for good, this is for you. Now, who is this not for? If you want to do your own thing every day and you don't want to use a proven system that's going to work, this is not for you. If you're looking for a short-term, unsustainable fix to your issues, you want to lose that weight quick and then forget about it, this is not for you. If you're not willing to pursue something greater and put away your old self for good, this is not for you. And more importantly, if you're not ready to dedicate at least 4 hours a week to exercising, this is not for you. So here's the truth about developing an elite body that nobody else is going to speak about. And it's that most men will never achieve their dream body because they don't even think they're capable. They don't think it's possible. And I know because I used to feel that exact way. And this is because you don't understand how to manipulate macros, train effectively, and most commonly, you do not have a proven system that's going to get you to your goals. And that was the exact problem I used to struggle with. Now, this is the limiting belief you need to protect yourself from. Plateaus are bound to happen in your fitness journey. I used to think that plateaus, like staying the same, was inevitable, right? It's false. It's a result of complacency, and it's because you do not have structure. Once I implemented this method, I have never experienced a plateau. I have continued to progress in every single area of my life, physically and mentally. And if you want to be that person that we talked about before, you want to achieve that elite level physique, I'm going to show you exactly how to navigate all the issues we just talked about, how I shred 30 pounds of fat and built muscle during the process, how to achieve an elite level physique and become the man you desire to be, and also how to do all of this without starving yourself or spending countless hours in the gym. And in case you don't know me, here's a brief backstory about how I got here. My name is Brandon, and I spent a long time wondering why I was in the gym. I was trying to diet, and I looked the exact same. I still looked fluffy. I was really frustrated because people knew me as a guy who went to the gym. They knew that I was somebody who worked out. They knew that I was somebody who was trying to take my health serious, but I didn't look the part. Eventually, I kind of decided I needed some type of change because my life felt pointless. It felt like I was just running in circles and I didn't have any sense of direction. And I became so focused during this time whenever I wanted to make that change that I went above and beyond to create a new method of doing things that got myself and my clients amazing results. People started coming to me asking how I did it, so now I'm going to publish this method for you guys. So the 2.0 man method is my method that I built through my own trial and error, years of research on diet and nutrition, and helping dozens of men achieve their dream bodies. Now, I'm going to break it all down for you for completely free. In the following steps, I'm going to outline the entire process A to Z of what I did to accomplish these results so you can use my method to shred 30 pounds of fat while gaining muscle and sustain it for life in just 120 days. So this is the blueprint of the method, okay? The first thing is the discovery phase. This is 1 to 2 weeks when we first get started. And what you're going to do here is you're finding and acclimating to your maintenance calories. I'll explain all of this later, so don't worry if this doesn't make sense yet. With that too, that's whenever the training foundation comes in place and the update frequency is now implemented. The second stage is the Aggro implementation phase. This is going to be 60 to 90 days. And this is where dieting principles are fully formed, you're moved into a deficit, and your satiety is bumped, which means you're not going to be as hungry. The training intensity is full-fledged, The TDEE is bumped. That means you're being more active. That's what I did as well. And the workout routine is now cemented for the duration, so you have an exact structure to follow. The last thing is the sustainable development phase. This is going to be 60 to 90 days, and this is where the reverse diet begins. Excess flexibility returns to the diet, so you're eating even more foods that you love, and your training is updated based on progression to begin a new phase, and that is where your elite level physique is truly attained. So, let me show you how each phase works. The first phase, like I mentioned, is the discovery phase. Now, when it comes to training in the discovery phase, the first thing you're going to do is select a split. This means the workouts that you're going to follow each and every single week. The split I recommend is PPL-UL. So that means push, pull, legs, rest, upper, lower, rest. Push is chest, shoulders, and triceps. And then pull is back and biceps. Legs is obviously legs. And then upper body and lower body repeat, right? It's simple and it's effective because you're hitting each muscle group twice per week. That's what I did during the duration of this. Now, you can do a different variation as well and just do upper body, lower body. But I recommend this split because I personally enjoy it more and it's what got me that elite level physique. So that's what I'm recommending to you. You're going to now optimize your workouts with exercise selection. A good rule of thumb is to do 2 exercises for each muscle group and 2 to 3 sets within each of those muscle groups. So that way, you're hitting each muscle group twice per week. You're getting enough volume for each thing. And that way, your workouts are now optimized, right? You know what split to follow and you have an accurate split to follow there. With that too, once you have those workouts in place, you have to track progression. If you notice certain exercises don't feel right or they're not progressing properly, this is whenever you're going to switch those exercises out for something else that fits the exact same muscle group. So that way, you're not doing an exercise that doesn't make any sense for you, and you're not going to be stuck in the exact same position because that exercise doesn't fucking work. With that as well, this is where we're going to find your volume, your intensity, and your mind-muscle connection. So the goal is to build these. But by this, I mean we have those 2 exercises per muscle group. We have those 6 sets per week. That's our volume. With the intensity, this is where we're going to try and train pretty close to failure. So we're going to start taking each set close to failure, and then we'll amp it up as we get into the aggro phase. Now, this is where we also find mind-muscle connection. This is you feeling the movement. So the goal with this phase is to get your foundation down for training, so that way you get to actually feel the movements. This is where I really understood how exactly to train, how exactly to feel the movement. And once you feel it and you have that volume in place, like I had mentioned before, 2 exercises per muscle group for each time you're hitting it, 6 sets per muscle group, so 3 sets of each exercise, it's going to be a lot easier to have that connection, to have that correct volume that you can now increase or decrease based on your feedback. And also, this is where we have our confidence building block. This is where I developed a lot of confidence in the gym because I was developing a specific split that worked for me. I was finding the exercises that worked. And in this stage, you'll find all the exercises that work. So it's extremely important that you take this phase seriously. In the discovery phase as well, you have the nutrition. So now you're going to determine what I call your maintenance calories. You can literally use this calculator I put on the screen for you guys because I'm the best. But I have this calculator I put on the screen for you guys that you can use to calculate your maintenance calories. And these are the calories you're going to eat every single day. With that as well, your food selections will be optimized based on your previous diet choices. So take a look at the foods you're eating now and try to work those into your calories the best you can while also hitting 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. That's the general rule of thumb, right? That's how you're going to actually put on muscle while still losing weight. And you're not going to lose a ton of weight during this phase, but you're going to understand what your maintenance is, so that way it's very easy to lose the weight and to put into a deficit. With that as well, this is where you're going to do a supplement protocol baseline. What I recommend for you is fish oil to help with heart support, NAC to help with your immune system, creatine to help build muscle and also help with recovery, and magnesium to help with bone and skin support. This is like the core stack of supplements I recommend everyone takes. There might be some additional ones you need, but these are the ones that I think everyone should take, and they've helped me so much, especially during this initial phase. The last thing as well is optimizing your sleep during this phase. Now, sleep is extremely important for recovery, and that is why we need 7 to 8 hours. You should be trying to fall asleep and wake up around the same time each day so that your recovery is optimized and you'll wake up feeling so refreshed, especially because when you're eating at maintenance calories, you're going to have a ton of energy, especially if you're getting that gram of protein per pound of body weight and you're starting to make healthier food choices. Now, that's the initial stage, and now is when we really get into the weight loss itself and into the actual progression. This is the aggro implementation phase. With the nutrition in this phase, you're going to bump up the satiety. What that means is you're going to incorporate more vegetables and fruits into your diet, so that way it's easier to lose fat. You're also going to incorporate other foods that are better for fat loss, like potatoes for carbs because they're very filling. You're going to increase protein a little bit because it's more filling, so have more chicken, beef, turkey, Greek yogurt, foods like that where it's going to keep you a lot fuller. That's exactly what I did, and it made me so much more full, and I was not hungry at all throughout my entire cut when I was getting to 7% body fat. I was not hungry. With that as well, this is where we'll taper calories bi-weekly to steepen your deficit, because if you remember in the last stage, you use that calculator to find your maintenance calories, so that way you know exactly how many calories that you're going to be eating to stay the exact same weight. The maintenance calories are the calories you'll eat to stay the exact same weight. So now what we can do is we can lower those by 200 every other week for the start of this phase, and then you'll be in a deficit. But since we've bumped up the satiety by making you eat more foods that keep you fuller and are optimal for fat loss, you're going to feel a lot better. You're not going to feel hungry. You're going to be eating more food volume but less calories, so weight loss is even easier than you could imagine. With that too, this is where we implement the free meal protocol to enjoy your diet. You'll have one meal 1 to 2 times a week where you don't even track the calories because you're in such a nice deficit that it doesn't matter. Now, I'm not saying to binge out and go crazy, but I'm saying you can enjoy a nice dinner with your family, a hamburger and fries, a cheesecake, whatever you really want, and not worry about tracking it because you're already in a deficit in this phase and you know exactly what you're doing to lose weight. With that too, you're going to utilize food swaps. I have a food swap sheet, and if you guys follow my Instagram, you know I give that out for free, so you can message me for it. But the food swap sheet allows you to swap in and out 100 different foods from your diet, so that way it's extremely, extremely easy to be able to swap out those foods. So you can swap out different carb sources, different protein sources, different fat sources, swap all of those in and out of your diet. So that way it's very easy. And when you're making a meal too, a good way to think of it is have a protein source, so chicken, beef, steak, Greek yogurt, protein powder, whatever, and then have a carb source, so rice, potatoes, rice cakes, bagel, etc., and then have a fat source, so like peanut butter, almond butter, avocado, cheese, dark chocolate. Yes, you can have dark chocolate and lose weight. That's a great way to structure your meals that are like on plan, because then you have enough satiety, you have enough protein, you have enough nutrients, and then you can add a fruit and vegetable to that to make you even more full. And that's what we did with this guy Evan here, and that's how he was able to lose 60 pounds in 3 months during this phase. Now, for the Aggro implementation phase, the next thing is your training. This is where we bring the training intensity up. So if you guys remember, at the very first phase, we were just training with a couple reps in reserve, right? We weren't training to full failure. Now you have the form down because you went through that initial phase, and now you're able to train to max intensity. So you are able to train until failure, until you can't do another rep. And that's what's going to stimulate muscle growth. And you guys will see my arms here versus my arms in the next photo, which is a month later. It's a night and day difference because I started training with this intensity. Along with that too, we'll find your final exercise programming for sustainability during the phase. So after the first phase, if there's certain exercises that aren't clicking, they don't feel right, you feel like you're not getting stronger on them, any of that, again, you're going to swap it out for an exercise that is the same muscle. So if you're doing hammer curls and those don't feel good, swap it out for preacher curls. If you're doing preacher curls and they don't feel good, swap it out for dumbbell bicep curls. And then that allows us to progress this during this phase as you're gaining strength and building muscle and still shredding off the fat. The next thing too is to bring up your activity levels to make fat loss insanely easy. This is that TDEE I talked about. That means the total amount of calories you burn throughout the day. The way you bring that up is by increasing your activity. I'm not telling you have to do cardio on a treadmill because that's stupid sometimes, right? What I'm saying is go for walks, spend time outside, live an active lifestyle, and it makes fat loss easier and it makes you less hungry because you're not thinking about food during this phase. I remember I'd go for walks for an hour every morning and I would find great peace of mind. I would feel a lot better mentally, and it would help me lose so much more fat because I was being more active, and I didn't even have to go to the gym to do cardio. It's so simple, guys. That thing too is you're going to do 4 to 5 training sessions per week. Remember we talked about this, but with the training, right, if you're doing a push-pull legs upper-lower or an upper-lower split, you're going to be there 4 to 5 times a week. It's whatever makes the most sense for you. If you can do 4 days a week, do 4. If you can do 5 days a week, do 5. It does not matter. You're still going to progress the same. It's just about how many days you want to go to the gym because you have the exact plan you need. So all that matters is what makes the most sense for your schedule at this point. Now, we're going to get into the sustainable development phase. And at this phase, you've already kind of achieved that dream body in a sense. You've already lost a ton of fat. And this is where we start to build muscle and start to really, really, really hone in and use the lifelong application process to be able to keep that dream body for life, not just for now, because that's what we want. With the nutrition in this phase, you're going to add in more free meals to make fat loss easier. You can have 2 to 3, maybe even 4 free meals during this phase as long as your weight is sustainable, right? As long as you're consistently losing weight. And during this phase, you probably won't even need to lose more weight because you've already shred off so much fat. With that too, your calories are going to come back up into a reverse diet, which means you're increasing the calories like you had done before with decreasing. You're going to do the opposite. And diet fatigue is removed because you're slowly increasing those calories at a rate that your body can keep up with. So it makes it very easy to stay full, not think about food, not hyper focus, and you getting those free meals that you get to enjoy every single week. It makes it so easy to stick to the plan. With that too, we actually lower the satiety components. So you have to eat less fruit and vegetables during this phase because you want to maintain your healthy appetite, right? You don't want your appetite to crash. We want to fix your diet fatigue for good. So that way it doesn't even feel like you're dieting. During this phase, it did not feel like I was dieting. I still enjoy every single meal because I'm in this phase right now. And I just enjoy it so much because I get to eat whatever I want. I had a donut this morning and I'm shredded. It's so fun once you're in this phase because you know you can kind of eat whatever and still look incredible. That's the power of this. Along with that too, by the time you get to this phase and you've been lowering your calories, you've been playing with them, you'll have full knowledge on nutrition and macro manipulation. You'll know exactly how to stay within your macros. You'll know exactly how many free meals you can have per week and still maintain your weight and maintain your look. You'll figure out exactly how your body responds because of the Aggro implementation phase. And you'll be literally set for life with this, guys. With that as well, here's your training. Your volume is going to increase to go along with your calories. So as we go up with the calories, we're going to add a set or two per muscle group to your training because you can handle more volume and put on even more muscle. Remember, guys, I told you how much my arms grew. Look at the difference there. It's night and day. It's incredible how much you can put on muscle during this phase. Along with that too, your activity remains because fat loss will stay off for good. You're going to feel so much better because you've been living more active, and I promise you, you're not even going to want to be less active during this phase. I love going for walks now. I love spending time outside. I enjoy myself. I feel confident with my shirt off, and it's just incredible because I understand now macro manipulation and how to utilize it. The other thing too is you'll have new implementations based on progression. So you can take a look at your training and look at what hasn't been working for you, what didn't work in the aggro phase where you might not have enjoyed the exercise or you're getting tired of it, and you can now switch that out for a different exercise. And that's exactly what I do. If an exercise I'm not resonating with or I'm not progressing it, I literally just switch that exercise out. And it makes it so easy to not only just stay consistent in the gym, but enjoy my workouts and love going to the gym because I now feel confident there and I know exactly what I need to do. Along with that, you'll now have complete knowledge on training and workouts because your plan has been adjusted, because you have followed certain things and you've progressed certain exercises. You'll know exactly what to do in the gym, exactly how hard to train, exactly how much volume because I've told you. And now you're going to be in a position where it's so easy to continue to make progress without even thinking twice about it, guys. Now, the 2.0 man method is designed to eliminate fat for good while developing muscle to transform your body into an elite level physique. Let's see some other results of this method's implementation for you guys. So, these are just a few of my clients who have used the 2.0 man method to completely transform their lives. This guy, Evan, over here, you see in the top left, 60 pounds down. This guy, Jordan, in the reverse build phase, he literally gained 15 pounds of muscle while still losing fat. This guy, Matt, here, in the Aggro implementation phase, he was able to lose 20 pounds of fat to achieve an insane look here. This guy, Bo, as well, during the Aggro implementation phase, he was able to lose 25 pounds of fat to achieve this six-pack shredded look here. This guy, Jackson, he's down over 100 pounds in total. This is the past 2 months, and he's lost 25 pounds in the Aggro implementation phase. And now this guy's Speed as well in the bottom right, you see, he is down 15 pounds, but he looks bigger because we've been putting on muscle during out the duration of his journey. Now that you understand exactly how this process works, I have an offer for you. If you're skinny fat, if you're overweight, if you're tired of having a body that people or not having a body that people look up to, and if you're ready to look unrecognizable without a shirt on, you're prepared to be the best version of yourself in all aspects, and you're ready to make the most amount of progress of your entire life. If you're ready to lose 15 to 30 plus pounds of your body fat, pack on muscle, and learn how to keep this elite body forever using the 2.0 man method, I have an offer for you. I'd like to invite you to book a call with me so we can go over your exact goals and figure out how I can personally implement the 2.0 man method into your life. Guys, I really hope this video brought you value. And if you want to implement this method into your life, just book a call with me below and we'll go over exactly what you need to do. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.